Don't shoot yourself and die. Haters are softer than pumpkin pie. Out of my body, ain't even alive. I found all the phonies and sever the ties. I spit that raw real, but man, this feel good too. I try to chill with old friends, but they're like, who bring you? I guess these people that I thought were friends were fake, who knew? So now I keep my circle small and intact like glue. Man, I'm out of your league, I'm out of your lane. You all are so lame, I'm taking the game. I just met a girl, now she giving me brain. The head was insane like she fighting Bruce Wayne.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Flarp here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be hitting you guys with the best $1,000 gaming PC for your money in June 2015, but this gaming PC will be relevant for pretty much all the month of summer and probably till the end of 2015. This is an insane build that is going to be able to be overclocked. It is not going to be water cooled, but it does include an aftermarket CPU cooler, so you can overclock it, and it does come with Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit, all included for $1,000. So to start things off, the case. You're going to need something to put all these parts in, so I went with the Thermaltake Chaser Series A31 Snow White ATX mid-tower case. This case is rated 4.7 out of 5 stars. It is going to come in at $70 from Directron.com with free shipping. It is actually, like I said, an ATX mid-tower case with no internal power supply, included, which is just fine. We have one in the build. It has one external 3.5-inch bay, 3 external 5.25-inch bays, and 6 internal 3.5-inch bays. So plenty of bays for your hard drive that you're going to want. It supports ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX form factors. It does have front panel USB 3.0 headers, so that is awesome because our motherboard has that as well. So you guys are going to get USB 3 from this case. Personally, I think it looks pretty badass the way the white and the blue go together with the black. It is a nice big side panel window for you guys to look at your parts. Good cable management, a lot of space, and good airflow, like I said. So yeah, solid case for a solid price. Now this is what everything is going to be resting on. The motherboard. I went with the MSI Z97 PC Mate ATX LGA 1150 motherboard at $80 from Newegg.com with a 20% off promo code. I'll have that promo code down below in the description, but it probably will become irrelevant after a certain amount of time. If it does happen, then you're probably going to end up having to spend an extra, I don't know, $5 or $6 on this motherboard, maybe $10, but for now, it's going to come in at $80 from Newegg.com. Anyway, it's an ATX motherboard with an LGA 1150 socket type. It is an Intel Z97 chipset, 4 240-pin DIMM slots with a max memory of 32 gigabytes. It does have RAID support, and it does have onboard video if your CPU supports it. However, we have a dedicated GPU for this build. Obviously, it's a gaming build. It does have crossfire support, however, no SLI, and we do have an NVIDIA-based video card, so we won't be able to run SLI, which is kind of a downfall. However, for $1,000, running SLI is kind of pointless anyway. It does come with 6 out of 6 GB per second ports. It does have onboard Ethernet and onboard USB 3 headers, which are going to be compatible with the ones in our case, which is pretty freaking dank, in my opinion. Now, sitting in that LGA 1150 socket type is going to be the Intel Core i5 4690K 3.5 GHz quad-core processor. This is going to be an insane processor for the price of $200 from Micro Center. And that's actually, if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a store. It doesn't have very many locations, but it is across the country, I believe. And if you are able to drive to one near you, you can get it for $200. But if you don't live near one, you can pick it up for $230 from superbiz.com. Rated 4.8 out of 5 stars from over 395 people. It is the K version, so it is overclockable. And it'll perform very, very well in games. It'll perform just like an i7 in games. If you were to buy an i7 4790K, you probably get a couple more frames out of it. I mean, they're so similar and so close when it comes to gaming. The performance will pretty much be the exact same thing, especially when you overclock. So this is just an absolute insane shit for gaming, an absolute beast, especially for the price. And if you want, you can actually upgrade in the future to an i7 because of the compatible socket types, which is pretty cool. Now, the only thing that the i7 will actually outperform this in is probably going to be rendering and video editing, etc., recording, streaming. But this will still perform very well when it comes to rendering and streaming. It will perform very, very similarly to the 8350 when it comes to rendering, and for streaming, probably about the same as well. So it's a pretty good chip for gaming, and if you want to do some other things on the side, it'll actually do it very well also. Now, to cool off this beast, I went with the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo 82.9 CFM sleeve bearing CPU cooler, coming at $27. This is a very, very highly rated and highly recommended CPU cooler that a lot of people will use. It's not a water cooler, so we're going to save a ton of money in it, but it does the job just fine getting your CPU cooled. You can definitely overclock the CPU quite a bit using the CPU cooler. For the memory, I went with 264 GB of Corsair Vengeance DDR3 1600 memory, coming in at $49. For storage, I went with a Seagate Barracuda 2TB 3.5-inch 7200 RPM internal hard drive for $71. Unfortunately, I was not able to fit an SSD into the build because I was replacing it with Windows, but I decided to put the money that I didn't use for the SSD towards a better video card because honestly, the prices of SSDs are dropping daily, so if you really wanted to, you could definitely pick one up in the future, or if you wanted to spend an extra $100, you could do it now. But an SSD is not necessary. I mean, it's nice to have, and you don't need one though, and it's definitely more important to put that money towards a better video card. So for the video card, I went with the MSI GeForce GTX 970 4GB Twin Phoser 5 video card, coming in at $330. Very, very highly reviewed. I have many friends who have it and they do not complain at all. At 60 plus FPS, it's an awesome card. Now, you might read an article about this, and the article may say that the last half gigabyte of VRAM is unusable. That is actually true. NVIDIA has confirmed that once you use up 3.5 gigabytes out of the 4, the last 0.5 gigs are actually unusable. They become just so inefficient. They actually become sort of, I guess you could say, negligible. But most games will not even use 3 gigabytes in the first place, and even if they were, they would never really go over 3.5. And even if they did, this video card is still a fucking beast. It's a tank, so that problem is not really that much of a big deal, and they can definitely fix it in the future using updates with the drivers. Powering this beast build is going to be the Corsair CX 600W 80 plus bronze certified semi-modular ATX power supply, coming in at $53. For the DVD writer, we have this Samsung DVD soft CD writer for $10, and the operating system is going to be Microsoft Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit. That's it for the build. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I will see you guys next time, and remember, never stop flarping.
Making whack rap, I make egg around in poetry, and only scream witty on a track, so they know it's me. I'm looking at this freshman girl, like you a hoe to be. I probably shouldn't think so cold, but y'all been cold to me. My old girls, they can't seem to stop talking about me. My new girls are telling me that they can't live without me. Ooh, girl, now stop lying through your teeth. You see the next guy you meet, you're leaving. Love 'em like me.